Someone stole Chris Chan's license plate. You're really cool, thanks guys. This video was posted to Twitter a couple days ago, and yeah, it does look like someone has stolen the front and the back license plate from Chris's car. Chris's license plate, of course, very famously said the word Sonichu on it, so they're going to be very, recognizable. You can't exactly sell it now, can ya? Obviously, the monetary value of the license plates isn't very high, but it's such a dumb crime, and I really hope that the motel has cameras on the outside. On top of Grand Theft Auto plates, we have an update on Chris Chan's charges. He has been officially charged with incest, and so far, nothing else. That doesn't mean that he can't be charged with anything else, it's just that we're assuming that Barb's, examination hasn't come back yet. Chris's preliminary trial has been set for September 16th, and he has been denied bond, meaning that he'll be in jail until then, which is about a month and a half from now. So now we're going to take a look at how the media has been covering Chris's arrest. And we're going to start with the best article on this subject. This comes from the Daily Progress, which is a local newspaper from the Charlottesville area. Their reporter was actually in the room when Chris was being denied bond by the judge. Fun fact before we get into this, Chris didn't meet his lawyer until the morning of Thursday, which was this morning. Meaning that Chris probably was blabbing his mouth away the entire time between when he was arrested until he met his lawyer, and I just personally can't wait to see how he may have self-incriminized himself. It's fantastic. Is incriminized a word? Anyway, one very common thing among all of these articles is that they refer to Chris as female, so keep that in mind. I wish that I had been able to remake my video about how I deal with Chris's gender pronouns before all of this happened, but I wasn't. So now, of course, my old video, which I no longer agree with, is getting tons and tons of views. I don't think that there's many people who have not heard the arguments one way or the other for how we should address Chris Chan, so I don't really think it's a big deal. I just want to reiterate that I think that using female pronouns for him is dumb. With that said, his name technically is Christine, like legally. Although he doesn't care if you call him Chris, so I just call him Chris for simplicity's sake. Anyway, Greene woman charged with incest is denied bond. A Greene County woman who was charged last weekend in connection to a sex crime against a family member was ordered held without bond Thursday. Christine Weston Chandler, 39, of Ruckersville was arrested by Henrico County Police on Sunday, according to a news release from the Greene County Sheriff's Office. She was charged with incest, a Class 5 felony that can carry a term of imprisonment of 1 to 10 years and a fine of up to $2,500. I actually did not know about that fine part. That's great. Because Chris totally has the money. He gets it from taxpayers, which means we're paying for this. Chris was assigned an attorney in Charlottesville by the name of David Hellberg. Chris was also moved to the Greene County Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court for his bond proceedings, and he asked to be referred to by female pronouns. There's been an image circulating that his official mugshot and arrest record was changed to having his gender be male. I've not been able to verify this, but it's currently up in the air one way or the other how he'll actually be charged. Greene Commonwealth's attorney Edwin Consalvo asked the judge to continue to hold Chris without bond because he is, quote, concerned about the community's safety and Mrs. Chandler's safety. Okay, here's where the article starts describing Chris. Also known as Chris Chan, Chandler has been the subject of obsessive internet vitriol and trolling for more than a decade following the creation of her Sonichu character and webcomic. She is also a blogger and YouTuber who has roughly 60,000 followers on Twitter. She was known as Kristen Chandler prior to publicly identifying herself as a woman several years ago. It's a very fair portrayal of facts. I'm liking this reporting so far. Consalvo said it's clear that people sought out where Chandler was staying at a hotel in Henrico and videotaped her arrest. So the guy is saying that we should hold Chris without bond for his own safety, and then he's mentioning how a bunch of people came and sought out where his motel was and was actually there to videotape the arrest. And Chandler interrupted the proceedings, loudly saying, "I'm famous on the internet," before Hellberg told her not to speak until spoken to by the court. So great, so good. Chandler was sworn in to summarize a plan she had for bond, but didn't appear to address that, and instead asked the court to allow her to go pick up personal possessions, and said she would be, quote, willing to proceed with everything if I can get that done. A lot of people are making jokes that Chris wants his Lego and Transformer toys. I personally think he probably just wants crystals. I can't drink out of this solo cup, I need my crystal-infused glass! Barreto told Chandler that there are two things to consider when deciding bond: whether a defendant is likely to appear at trial, and if the defendant constitutes an unreasonable danger to himself, his family, or his community. Chandler again interrupted the judge, saying, "she." The judge said he was reading from the state statute itself. So the state statute says he in reference to all people instead of just saying they, and Chris corrected the judge after being told to stay quiet. Barreto said due to the nature of the alleged offense and that there appears to be a personal danger to the defendant and to the public at large, he remanded her held without bond until the next court hearing, which is on September 16th. Helberg told the court he would be asking for evaluations of Chandler, who interrupted by stomping her feet and saying loudly that she needed, quote, to get everything back home. She then said loudly, "I won't feel safe proceeding until she gets the items back." So, it's very possible that Chris actually said what he wanted. I need my markers so I can chronicle Sonichu. It's just that the author of this article probably doesn't know what all of that is, or doesn't want to explain it to the public, so they're just saying the items. I've been informed that you're not allowed to record anything in court in this county. No audio, no video recording. They actually take away people's cell phones, meaning all we're ever going to get about these trials is people writing down what's happening. Mostly it's going to be journalists. So there's going to be a lot of context missing. With that said, I love the fact that Chris stamped his feet in anger, because that's exactly what Chris would do. Imagine a normal person reading this. I can't. The investigation is ongoing and additional charges are pending. According to the Greene County Sheriff's Office, anyone with information is asked to call the sheriff's investigator, Jason Tooley. I do legitimately recommend that anybody with serious information do call this number. There's no reason to, hide it. If trolls want to troll it, then they're going to. But there are probably people out there who have more information who should contact the sheriff, and so here's the number. So that's the main crux of the story. That's most of the updates for today. But I did want to go over how the rest of the media was reporting on Chris, because it sucks. They all suck. So we're going to start with the New York Post. Vlogger Chris Chan arrested for alleged incest with mom suffering from dementia. Calling Chris Chan a vlogger hurts my soul. He's a comic book writer. Say that he's a comic book writer. There's also a little video here, and they blurred Barb's face. She's the victim. Also, it says that Chris allegedly committed incest, but it doesn't say that Barb might be suffering from dementia. It just says that she is, which we don't know. The 39-year-old, who is also known online as Sonichu, already faces up to 12 years in prison if convicted of the single count of incest. There's so much wrong there. First of all, this definitely conflicts with the 1 to 10 years that all the other sources are saying, but no, Chris is not known online as Sonichu. Chris is a Sonichu. He's Chris Chan Sonichu, but he's not Sonichu Prime. These people don't even know Sonichu Prime. I really cannot imagine the people who have to cover this right now. The article has all the best quotes, when Chris was getting arrested. "I am Chris Chan Sonichu, your goddess Blueheart, and I continue to stand strong, and I maintain everything with Quickville and my Sonichu Rose June everybody," she shouted of her cartoon creations. I saw a bunch of tweets about people who were like, "Oh, it sucks so much having to explain Chris Chan to my parents." Obviously, that's something I had to do a long time ago. So I really want to hear someone's story about them explaining it, or just a normie seeing a story like this and what their reaction to it is. Because I'm too close to this. Everyone in my immediate circle of life knows who Chris Chan is. So I really want to hear a story about somebody who's just discovering this now, because I have not heard any of those. The Insider article on Chris Chan also calls him Sonichu, but then the majority of it is about the kiwi farms, so that's weird. Alright, this is from the US Sun. Inside warped world of Chris Chan, who thinks she's a goddess as comic creator arrested for incest after house fire. The house fire was a decade ago, peeps. Has a picture of the Sonichu cover, yes. She created the Sonico comic book series. Sonico? It says it multiple times. Sonichu. I wonder if this is the only time that they did the, Yeah, wait, hold on. Sonichu. Yeah, this is just a single typo. That's so stupid. No, it's here again. What? It is named after her initials and features the character Sonico, which appears to be a crossover between Pokemon and Sonic the Hedgehog. No, it's Pikachu. The series' main character is modeled on Chan, standing her ground against witches, evil cops, and internet trolls. I hate how many sources are referring to Chris as Chan. It's like they probably think Chan is actually his last name. Philip DeFranco did this throughout his entire video, and it was infuriating.
And after Chan got noticed online, Chan ended up becoming trending news this week. Someone that was in contact with Chan, a fan turned friend, they revealed that Chan had allegedly engaged in incest. Apparently, Chan has been living with, conducting a welfare check on Chan and Barbara's home, an emergency protection order banning Chan from seeing or contacting her mother. Barbara was moved to a hospital while Chan had been forced to stay at a hotel in Richmond, and then on Sunday, Chan was arrested. It's also with this possible that Chan will face sexual assault charges.
Okay, I've never heard of this website. MEAWW. Meow. Okay. Is Chris Chan a trans woman? Sonichu creator changed gender to seduce lesbian, emails suggest. So this isn't just like an old article about Chris. This was published on August 2nd, so after the arrest. Chris Chan told Jackie, a confidant, via email about fantasies involving fitting in at a lesbian bar, and also began using women's restrooms. A heated debate started on Twitter following Chris Chan's arrest after the Sonichu comic creator was accused of sexually assaulting her 80-year-old mother, Barbara Ann Weston, who suffers from dementia. Many in the transgender community refuse to acknowledge the fact that Chan, whose full name is Christine Weston Chris Chandler, identifies as a trans woman. Some have refused to even use the pronoun she for Chris, after old emails suggested that the YouTuber only wanted to change her gender to score with lesbians. That is one major factor. There's just a bunch of tweets. This tweet is beautiful. Calling Chris Chan, a man who mutilated his body with a box cutter because 4chan said he was a girl, holds a deep hatred for men and most women, decided to be a girl so he could hook up with lesbians, and now abuses his mom, she, is disrespectful and delegitimizes trans people. Amen, brother. Remember when Chris decided he wanted to listen to meditation music because he thought it would actually grow him a vagina? The Newsweek article mentions Clyde Cash and Jack Thaddeus. This is the best timeline. Who is Chris Chan? Everything we know about Sonichu creator. I doubt that. Oh man, they know what her Twitter bio says. That must mean they know everything. This is literally like 2 pages of text long. This is a joke. Do better, hitc.com. Okay, so Yahoo News is actually giving background, saying, in 2000, she created Sonichu for a high school project, a cross between the Pokemon Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonichu has become Chandler's most long-lasting creation. False. Bionic was first. He's a basketball playing Sonic, with her making over a dozen comics that she's posted online. For a majority of her time online, Chandler wore a Sonichu medallion around her neck at all times. That's true. She's talking about Mary Lee Walsh and Chris getting banned from his college. Jerk Ops, Love Quest. This is a good article. This person did their research. Yahoo News is featuring Chris's Krizel, Magichan, and Chris Chan's Sonichu amiibo. Dimensional merge, yes! Over the past 3 years, Chandler has continued pushing the idea of the dimensional merge on her social media. In November 2020, Chandler posted a video on her Quickville Guardian YouTube channel saying that portals have begun appearing between worlds, causing dimensions to collide. She states that the pandemic and natural disasters are a sign that all life on Earth will be extinguished when the dimension of Sonichu characters collides into our reality. 3 cheers for Yahoo. That was a good one. Well, that was a fun romp down the failures of our journalistic institutions. Except for a couple of them. A couple of them did real good. Looking at you, Yahoo. So what does this mean? This means that Chris is going to have a trial. There's going to be information that comes out, like, probably very slowly for the next month. And I'm still going to be covering it. People who are hoping for, like, video of the courtroom, not happening. I'm guessing the next big story is going to be whatever comes out of the investigation into Barb, whether or not, like, she's okay. But until then, I cannot see there being any big developments. So it looks like we have our date, September 16th. Again, I'll probably make more Chris Chan videos between now and then with small updates. I still plan on doing historical Chris content. Hopefully within a couple weeks, maybe I'll let some time pass before I go back to making a girl who brought down the world videos. Just doesn't seem appropriate right now. And of course, I have a lot of non-Chris videos on this channel. I have a lot of new subscribers, so I do want to tell you I do not only do Chris stuff. The next video I'm putting out is actually on a completely different internet personality. It has nothing to do with Chris. I do hope you watch that, because if you're interested in this topic, you'll probably be interested in that. Thank you for watching. You can follow me on Twitter for more updates at GiBi_Devin. And unfortunately, my Discord has been closed for the last week. I know that if I had opened it, I would have had just too many new people coming in to safely vet them. Hopefully, again, I'll be able to reopen that in a couple weeks, but for now, it's unfortunately closed.